U.S. China a little bit better, but then we have all the geopolitical tensions given Iran last week and all of that. What does it mean for the markets?
The market is pricing a very positive outcome. We have shifted from panic to euphoria. But actually, if you look at the things that are moving within the market, there is still a bit of lack of conviction. So if you think about small caps or parts of the world which are linked more to China, like Europe, these things are still lagging. So we are still in a monetary-driven, euphoric market. Yeah. It's probably a little bit expensive now, and I think the phase one will be a truce. There's still a lot of much heavier issues to be tackled, like IP, for example. So we are more cautious at these valuations.
What does the phase one deal actually mean for the markets? It feels like it's been priced in for a while. Does that actually change anything concretely?
Well, I think the point was the markets have been on, off for so long. To actually get something is a calming of tension, mm-hmm. and therefore the market can naturally rise. But I think, as Alberto's saying, this is not sort of going to be a smooth thing. There are areas that are going to lag and continue to lag. I think the interesting thing will be to see what the Chinese do with the yuan now. Now they've got the currency manipulator tag taken away. Now they've got phase one signed. I would expect the yuan to weaken, as they always do. If you look how they do it, they have a certain batch every 6 months, or particularly every year, which they'll let the yuan weaken. Mm-hmm. And they've got plenty of room now to let it go another 10% weaker, without really changing anything here. So I'd expect to see the next few months they'll let the yuan weaken, and that should be, in some sense,
Marcus,
good for China. And
I was going to ask you, who's it good for?
Well, it's good for China, obviously.
Right, because of their exports.
And then you follow with that, a lot of emerging market angles, and that's something which I think, we will see. It's quite a well-known trade as to what happens, so I think that's probably how the markets will benefit mostly from it, I think.
If there's a 10% move in yuan, will the U.S. take offense?
I think so, and I think the U.S. administration still needs a potential enemy into election to continue to polarize, people's anger and capture more votes. So I think the idea of having a complete peace with China is not there between now and elections. I think there's going to be more rounds of volatility. But also we have to think about what's happening in the market more recently. We're starting to see differentiation. So last year we moved from panic to euphoria. Mm-hmm. This year, especially in the last few days, we're starting to see weaker countries like Brazil or South Africa, losing a bit of steam in the market, and their currency is depreciating versus economies that are doing better. So the market is starting to differentiate. Yep. And 2019 was a big recovery for beta, for asset classes. Yeah. This year could be more about alpha.